From director Paul Schrader comes Master Gardener, the story of a recovering drug addict who works at a garden, and he is tasked with training a new trainee who also has a dark past, kind of using the garden as a way to heal. Sigourney Weaver plays a character who is sort of the benefactor of this garden. Things go awry when, and I need to get the name of this actor. I'm sorry. I was on a roll for a second, and then I blew it. But Joel Edgerton plays Narvel Roth, and he is basically mentoring a young woman named Maya, played by Quintessa Swindell, and she has also had a dark past, troubles with drugs. He has recovered, fully recovered. She's sort of in the midst or beginnings of her recovery, and the garden is kind of a way to heal. And this seems like a sort of 1950s melodrama until Joel Edgerton's character Narvel like takes off his shirt, and shirtless, he's covered in swastikas. So you see that he's got an even darker past, that he's still perhaps not shaken, and a violent past. And Maya's still involved with people who are drug dealers. Narvel kind of has to come to the rescue at some point, and the whole thing feels like a movie that was written in another time. It's directed by Paul Schrader, and it has sort of a quiet, slow pacing that it feels like a 50s melodrama. That may have been Paul Schrader's intent, because it's very slow moving. It does reach a cathartic ending. There's you see that Narvel's character, he has a short fuse, so things can get violent in very quickly, and they do at the end when he has to basically save Maya from some horrible people. But the whole thing seems so out of time. I really had a hard time kind of connecting with this movie. I mean, it was like, I wondered, why am I watching this? What the hell is going on for the first like 20, 30 minutes? But then once Joel Edgerton takes his shirt off and you see he's covered with these swastikas, you're like, oh, okay, there's something else going on here. I get the feeling that the movie is based, I'm going to guess, I don't know this, it has to be based on a novel, because it just has to be. And Paul Schrader, he's made some pretty amazing films. He's the screenwriter behind, of course, Taxi Driver. He did The Card Counter and First Reformed. I don't know if you've seen First Reformed. Mm-hmm. First Reformed is amazing. It's just, and that was a movie that like should have gotten more attention. Ethan Hawke in that. So strong recommendation for First Reformed. Master Gardener, unfortunately, cannot recommend it. It's just the slow moving nature of it. I felt like it really felt like a purposeful decision to make it like a 50s melodrama with modernity thrown in, but it just didn't work for me, and was ultimately, I mean, this movie came out a few weeks ago, tanked at the box office, unfortunately, didn't even do $1 million, got a very limited release, then went to VOD. It is on VOD if you're curious, but you really have to be in the mood for it. You really have to be in the mood for, like, this is a slow, tense, and it seems like the budget was kind of anemic in a way, like looking like, because I remember First Reformed felt like a much bigger, more intense film, and I was just disappointed. I think mainly because First Reformed was so good, and Master Gardener is a bit weak in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So that's what I thought about Master Gardener. I cannot recommend it, and you've got to be in the mood for a drama.
Yeah.
and a
Is this
very
kind of like a redemption story?
it's a redemption story. It's definitely a redemption story, but it just didn't work. Although Joel Edgerton, the whole reason the movie is really great is Joel Edgerton. I mean, not great. It's the best part of the movie is Joel Edgerton. And Sigourney Weaver seems like, what is she doing here? It's like I felt like the actors felt to me like they were all acting in different movies. Joel Edgerton was like, that's why I was like, I stayed there and just stayed to the end. Like, okay, what is going on with this guy? But Joel Edgerton is always fascinating. And
well, they probably couldn't fit Sigourney Weaver in the book club, so this was kind of what was left.
Right. Well, I think I'm glad she hasn't slid into those kind of films. Sort of a parody of her career.